Hello, and welcome to the beginner training for using Omni Update to make edits to the Wayland website. My name is Charlotte Schumacher, and I'm Director of Web Services for Wayland. As you know, the website launched in March of 2017. Up to this point, my office has been making any changes that were necessary to the website. Now we are ready to turn the reins over to you to make edits to your portion of the website. In this video, we will be talking about Omni Update, OU Campus, and how to make edits to your portion of the website. So you're thinking, what is Omni Update? Omni Update is a content management system that is web-based. Being web-based means that you don't have to download any software or apps to your computer. You simply open an internet browser where you have an internet connection. My preference is Google Chrome or Firefox, and try to stay away from Internet Explorer. It has too many glitches. So to make changes to your website, it can be done from anywhere you have an internet connection. A phone, a tablet, a laptop, a desktop. Omni Update's content management system yearly fee is paid for by the Office of Web Services. Now, Omni Update is a very well-known company that specializes in higher education. If you want to go to their website and check them out, it's omniupdate.com. Now, in this presentation, we will demonstrate how to use the features of Omni Update's OU Campus, which is a content management system, and we will do making edits and inserting links. So, now let's get into logging into OU Campus. As I said, it's web-based, but you should have received by now a username and password from an email from Omni Update. Put this in a safe place and keep it, because this is how you will log in every time you go to make edits to your web page. So how do you get there? You open up an internet browser and you go to Wayland's website and you browse to the page that you need to make edits on. At the very bottom of the page, in every lower right-hand corner, is a Copyright 2016 with the copyright icon in the middle. All you have to do is simply click on that icon. After you have clicked on the icon, you will be directed to a page in OU Campus. This is all on the website now, just keep in mind. So there is login information for you to put your username and your password. Once you do that, you will be directed to the page that you need to make edits on, and that is coming up next. For this demonstration, I have set up a user named George Tester to go through the mechanics of making edits to the website. So as you can tell, after you click on the copyright logo in the bottom right corner of the page that you want to edit, it will take you to this login page. You will insert your name and your password that you received when you got the email from Omni Update. Now, you don't need to be concerned about any of this marketplace stuff. That's only for our office, and they're trying to sell us more stuff that we don't really need. So after you get your password and your username in, we're going to log in, and this will take us to the dashboard. The dashboard has OU Campus. It tells you where you are. This is the dashboard. It has the pages that have been checked in or checked out by you. We will go over that in a moment. The activity, which is the pages you have worked on, or your inbox, which means that either I or Omni Update has sent you an email. Next will be your content. All you will need to worry about is the pages. You will not have any control over the assets, and you don't need to worry about reports or add-ons. So let's click on content and let's click on pages. So you see here a little house. And this little house right now is black. We're going to think that this house represents all of my WBU. That's all of the web pages and folders and everything that are in the WBU website. Now, if we scroll down here, you can see that some are black and campuses is blue and training is blue and XX snippet is blue. The blue means that you have access to this page. I have given George Tester access to Fairbanks and access to the training and access to the snippets page. So we're going to click on the training folder. Now, I have set up dummy pages so we can kind of show you how to make edits, how to add content, and how to manipulate your information within a page. So we're on the training folder, and there is only one page that we can work on, and it's the index page. Now, when you have a folder structure, the index will always be the home page for that folder. So if you're from the Fairbanks campus, you will have a campus. Fairbanks will be right here, and then this index page will be Fairbanks' home page. So we're going to click on the index page. Now, you still see your toolbar up here for OU Campus, but now we have added a few things. It tells you exactly where you are. Anytime there's a slash, that means there's a new folder structure. So we're in the training folder and on the index page. We have a preview button which shows you what the page looks like without any editing information available. We have the edit button. We have the properties button. You don't need to be concerned about the properties. And we have this little light bulb. This little light bulb is going to be very important because we are going to check out a page before we work on it, so that I can't be working on this page at the same time you are working on the page. Then we have a publish button. And the publish button will be clicked after you have made all your edits. And when you click the publish button, it makes this page go live on the internet. So let's scroll down to where we see the main content, this little green box with a pencil. Now, mostly what you will be able to make edits to will fall under this main content. So we're going to click on main content, and whoa, look how things change. Now we have a preview and edit, a properties, a versions, a check button which checks the page for broken links and broken misspelling. You have a save button, and our light bulb has turned yellow. We also have a just edit toolbar. Now, a just edit is very similar, or was at one time named WYSIWYG, means what you see is what you get. It's very similar to Word, to WordPress, to Excel, PowerPoint. It's very user-friendly. It's got icons. I'm sure that all of this is pretty self-explanatory to you. So as you can tell, that little green button has disappeared, and now we have a blank area. So I'm just going to start typing. The brown fox jumped over the hill. Now, that looks fairly well, but if you wanted to make it more emphasis, you could highlight it, you can bold it, you can italicize it, and you can underline it. Now, let's say that we want to make some bullet points. It picked up this formatting here from that first sentence, so all you have to do is highlight that, take off this, this, and this, and it gets back to normal text. So let's say the fox is brown. The fox is male. The fox lives in a hole. Lives in a hole. Okay, so now we have bullet points. If you want to put something in a particular format that is just more than plain typing, we're going to add what is called a snippet. Now, I'm going to click on this, and there's about 20 or 30 of these snippets right here. So I'm not real sure which one I want to look at. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this page. I'm just saving it. Now, we haven't published it to the website. I'm going to go back up here to content and to pages, and I'm going to go back to all the WBU pages, and I'm going to scroll down here to snippets. Now, there is a snippet cheat sheet. That's the page that you want to look at. You can look at this snippet cheat sheet, and it will show, we're going to do preview mode, it will show us all the different snippets. We've got the 3-column list. So you put a deal here and it has 3 different columns. We've got an alumni photo left. That doesn't mean it has to be used on the alumni page. This is just how it was developed. You can put an image over here and content here and a link to somewhere else. And then there's another one with the photo on the right. There's statistics at a glance. As you can tell, these are all pre-formatted boxes or elements that can be used on any single page. Contact box, list of things, application, if you need to give someone directions on how to do that, like here's how we want you to proceed with your application, and there'll be bullet points. Materials that you need, financial aid forms. You can change the wording on any of these. It just is how it is laid out. So there's about 20 of these that you can go through and look. So let's go back, and you can tell we have access to this because of the blue house. So we're going to go back. See, the house turns black now because we don't have access to all these pages. And you won't only have access to the pages that I have given you access to. So let's go back to the training, and so you can tell here we had the light bulb was on, so we had the index page checked out. So we're going to come back here and we have to check the main content to get into edit it again. So I want to set up a contact box for Mr. Fox. So I am going to put in here, it'll say contact information. I'm going to put in here Office of the Brown Fox. And he has an office at Wayland, and we're going to put the Prairie site. And we're going to leave the address the same. It's already pre-populated, but you can go in and change anything you want. We're going to leave the office hours the same, and we're going to leave the phone number and everything else the same. So then you can save it, and it'll show you that, you know, we've made this sentence, we've added some bullet points, and we've added a snippet with the Office of the Brown Fox's contact information in it. Now we're through making all the edits to this page, so now what we're going to do is publish. Now the only things that I want you to be concerned about when you come to this page is the spelling and the links. And since we have no links on this page, I'm going to check the spelling. And there are no errors, so we're going to publish. Now, the bad thing about Omni Update is it does not tell you when you have a misspelled word. It is not like Word or Publisher or Excel. It does not put squiggly lines under it or turn it red or anything like that to tell you that you have a misspelling. However, you can go back to main content, and you can come up here and do a spell check here for English, and all you do is hit spell check, and it says that there were no misspellings. So we're going to publish this page again, and there we go. And this is how you edit your page. So let's say that George Tester has Fairbanks campus. As you can see, that the only folder that is blue is the Fairbanks campus. And I need to go in here and let's make an edit on the director's message. And so we're going to come in here and we're going to say, well, he doesn't want to say that. And see, this is a snippet, the alumni photo snippet. So it's got this. So let's say he wants to add another sentence here. So we're just going to type and type and type and type and type and type and type. And then when we get finished with our sentence, We can check the spelling. We're going to save it and we're going to publish it. But I don't like that, so I'm just going to delete it. And then I can come back up here, exit without saving, and it'll say you have unsaved changes. And no, we don't want to save anything that was fixed, so it will all be the same. So that is basically how you make any type of edits to a web page. We are down to the last session in our video, and we are going to go over inserting links and uploading images and documents such as PDFs. As you can tell on our training folder, I have added an information page, a contact page, a documents folder, and an images folder. In our images folder, I have a couple of images, and the thing that I do not like about OmniUpdate is you can't see what the image looks like. You have to click on it and look at it again, and that's where you find your image. So let's go over here to our Contact Us page, and we're going to insert a image in here. So I'm going to click on the main content with the pencil. And I'm going to come up here to the Just Edit bar to find the little picture of the mountains with the sun up there. So we're going to click on that, and it wants to know where this image is. So you will come over here to the folder, and it will give you two folders that you can choose from, images and documents. I'm going to click on images, and I'm going to click on this image of a San Antonio professor. Now, a description is absolutely necessary. You cannot put an image in without a description. So we're going to put professor in the classroom. And then we're going to hit OK. And there we have our image of our professor. So if you want to type anything under this image, all you have to do is hit return and just start typing whatever you want to type. Then we're going to hit save, and we're going to publish. Now, how do I get an image from my computer into OmniUpdate? So we're going to go back to our images folder, and we're going to come up here to upload. That means that you are going to upload an image from your computer to the OmniUpdate OU Campus. So it says upload files, and we want to add a file. So I have some images that I have put in here for the purpose of this training. So I'm going to click on here, and there's an Albuquerque classroom. So I'm going to choose that picture. And if you'll notice that the name of the image is all runs together with a hyphen in the middle, your image names cannot have any spaces, or your PDF files, they cannot have any spaces, because OU Campus and the website alone do not like spaces. So you can either put a period or a hyphen or an underscore between your names, or capitalize the first of each name. It doesn't matter, but there can be no spaces. So now we're going to start uploading, and we have the Albuquerque campus picture right here. So anytime you upload a document, you'll need to click on it, or an image, and you need to publish this, because this picture has to be published to the files that are on the website. If you do not publish your image or your PDF document, it won't show up when you publish and go to the website. So let's go back to Contact Us, and we decided that we don't like the San Antonio professor on Contact Us, so we're just going to highlight him and hit delete, and that takes him out. So now we're going to add the new image, and we're going to come up here to edit images again. We're going to go back to our sources, to the images file, and we're going to pick the Albuquerque campus, and we're going to insert. And this will say Albuquerque, Albuquerque Albuquerque campus classroom. The descriptions do not have to be in great detail. They have to just see if someone is using a screen reader or a sight reading device on their computer. They mouse over that and it tells them what a description of what the image is. So we're going to click OK, and here's our image. Looks very nice. So then we're going to publish, save it, and then we're going to publish it. And this is just great. So we have our image in there. Very simple. The only thing that you have to remember is that if you upload an image from your computer, it has to be published. If you have a very large image and you need this image to be smaller, if you will send it to my office, I will edit the image for you. We don't want great big images on our website. We want to keep them fairly medium to small because that will make the page load faster. So let's go back to our content, and we're going to look at our documents. And I have a 1819 independent verification file from financial aid. Now, as you can see here, there are no spaces. Everything is 18 hyphen 19 hyphen. So we're going to come back to our follow our trail up here on the it tells you where you are. So let's go to information. Now I need to put this file in the information and link it. So I'm going to put 2018 2019 in independent don't you just love it, verification file. Now I want to link this right here to that PDF. So I'm going to come up here to the insert link. It looks like a chain. Think of chain and think of chain link. So we're going to click on this, and it wants to know the URL. So we're going to come over here, and we're going to go to Documents, and we're going to click it right here. And then we're going to insert it. And if you notice that it comes up with this little funky number with brackets on both sides and an F number, this is how OmniUpdate names their files. But underneath it, it will tell you the actual web address because it's training is a folder / documents and then this file. So it also needs a title on this link too. So I'm just going to copy this one and paste it into that because it's the very same thing. And we're going to click OK. So then we come up and save, and we publish, and you can click on this after it's click on this, and there's your file. Now let's go back to Documents and download another document. Now I must tell you that it's highly imperative that all of your documents that you link to that have information that your students need be in a PDF format. We do not want any Word, Excel, PowerPoint, or anything like that. Everything needs to be a PDF. This PDF also must be accessible. Being accessible means that screen readers can read this document to someone that is sight impaired or has other accessibility issues. Now, Dr. Trifolo from the virtual campus or WBU Online has gone to several campuses and trained on how to make PDFs accessible because all the documents that go on Blackboard have to be accessible. This is just not our rules. This is an accessibility issue with the whole United States. It's a 501 or 504 compliance thing, and there have been several lawsuits, lots of major lawsuits. If you get dinged because you have a document on your website that is not accessible, you can be fined up to 1% of your annual budget. So if you're talking about $60 million as your annual budget, that's a pretty high price to pay for a document not having being accessible. There are many online tutorials if you don't know how to do this, and Adobe DC, which is the PDF format maker, has a WYSIWYG, or well, it has a little form thing that it will help you go through and make your document accessible. So now I want to upload a new document. So I'm going to hit the upload again, and we're going to upload a file, and we're going to add a file. And once again, I'm going to put this syllabus on here, and it's as you can tell, it's got the hyphens, no spaces, and we're going to upload this. We're going to click here, and we're going to publish it. So that document is now live on the web, but it isn't linked to, so we have to link it back. So we're going to come back over here to training, and we're going to do information, and we're going to click on our main edit, and we're going to come over here, and I think this was research writing. It was a syllabus from the Hawaii campus. So you put whatever you want. You can put the syllabus number and everything, but for training purposes, I'm just going to highlight this. I'm going to come up here to our chain link, and it wants to know where this URL is, and so we're going to come back to documents and to research methods, and we're going to click here, and I'm going to call, oops, well, that messed that whole thing up, didn't it? So I'm going to copy that and post that back in there, and we're going to click. Now let's say that you need someone to email you. So for more, my fingers just aren't working this morning. For more information, contact Charlotte at wbu.edu. Okay, this is an email link. So I'm going to highlight that, and I'm going to come up here to the mailbox. And it wants to know the address that this email needs to go to, or this underlined text. And it wants to know what the subject is about. So I'm going to click OK. Now, anything that is in blue on our website means that it is a active link. That means that you can click on it and it will take you to another document, it will take you to another page, or it will take you to the email. So let's say that we need to put training information, and I'm going to highlight that, and I'm going to come up here to our link, and that needs to go to our home page, the index page, where we have information, which is training for OU Campus. Or you can do it to the contact page. So we're going to click index, and we're going to insert, and I'm going to copy that again, and I'm going to paste it in there, and I'm going to click OK. Now, we have 4 links on here. We have a link to the independent verification file, the research writing syllabus, the training information, and for more information, you can contact me. So I'm going to click on Save, and I'm going to publish. So now let's test star theory and see what happens. We've got, let's go to preview, because this takes out all the other stuff. So let's go to research writing, and it goes to the School of Business. I mean the syllabus. Let's go to training information, and that goes back to our home page. Now, if this was live on the website, you wouldn't have to be doing this. You could just go back. And then if you want to email Charlotte, it will come up with your little email format and that you need to email you can email Charlotte. I'm on my Mac, so see, this is what it looks like. And it's got the subject already in it, and it's from me, and I'm emailing myself, but you get the idea of what this needs to say. So the next part will be new pages. Please contact my office if you need a new page made. I will make your new page and add it to the navigation area. This is a little bit more complicated, and I feel like that my office should be doing this. Now, I do not have a problem at all making new pages for anybody, so just let me know what you need, and I'll be glad to do it. I might want to add that Delisa Pagel, who used to be my assistant, is no longer in our office. So if you have any questions, inquiries, or anything, please contact me. My number is 806-291-3585, or my email is charlotte@wbu.edu. And I will be more than happy to walk you through anything or help you do anything that you're having trouble with. Thank you very much, and good luck editing.